shit. I'm on my way to a brand new kit.
Welcome back, eSIMstudios live stream episode, I don't know, 200, 250, 300. At this point, who's counting? I was at the beginning, and then I was like, what's the point? But we are live streaming today on Saturday, January the 10th, 2025. I want to thank everybody for joining me today. I want to first apologize for being tardy to this live stream. This is why I don't like to schedule live streams, but I understand I have to for the viewers, for y'all, or at least try. Long-time subscribers of mine, I know I have a ton of new subscribers, but if you're new to the channel, I will schedule a live stream, and then just to my luck, something happens. So I had everything perfect, everything timed up perfectly for today's live stream. Even got home a little early to get everything set up, and then I had a pet emergency. So that's why I'm like, originally scheduled it for 2, bumped it back to 2:30, then 3, and it's freaking 4 o'clock my time. So I'm sorry, apologize. We're gonna do multiple giveaways for your inconvenience. Okay, now before we do the giveaways, so I have some cases here, right? I got OnePlus 15 cases. I know I've promoted the OnePlus 15 case giveaway today on all across my social media. I have all those linked down below in the description. eSIMstudios X on X, eSIMstudios on Instagram. I believe it's just under my name on Facebook, Taylor Bell. And then I was also promoting on the OnePlus 15 thread, the Reddit thread, that should be down below in the link. But I do have this case that I did a review on. I got that to give away. I got this silicone case that I have not done a review on, but I'm going to record here once we're done. I'm going to watch the game and film a case review. Silicone, green silicone, is what it is. And I have the really nice looking clear case, the clear shiny case that I did a review on. It could be yours. And then we'll give away this FNT case, the all TPU case with the grip, real grippy. So hopefully I got some OnePlus 15 users down in the comments. And I'm still working on my review, so I have most of it done, but just need to finalize it. So I'll have it for 3 weeks, I believe, this weekend. I think yesterday was 3 weeks, so my battery's set in and all that good stuff. But before, and we may do a cash app giveaway and or a Amazon gift card giveaway, so stay tuned and we'll get to it. But I wanted to talk about a couple of things. So we have S26 Ultra news that we need to talk about. We have Motorola news, and specifically to this channel, that we need to discuss. And then I also wanted to discuss, if we have time, because it's not going to be a long live stream. The game I wanted to watch already started, so whatever. I wanted to talk about Intel. So Motorola and Intel specifically. So I think moving into 2000, let's say this time last year, 2025, Motorola seemingly dead in the waters, right? I haven't used a Motorola phone in 10 years, right? And Intel, this time last year, Intel was dead in the waters, right? Everybody, I'm sure, like you, well, I'm not everybody, but a lot of people moved to AMD maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago, and I've been using AMD processors for my mini PCs, for my laptops. They were all AMD, right? Ryzen 7 CPUs, and I would just stick to that because traditionally in the past, Intel would be a little more expensive, and plus you got a little better performance boost with AMD, right? Specifically their integrated GPUs. Well, at CES this year that just ended, it appears Intel is not dead, because the talk of the town at CES in Las Vegas, the big electronics convention, was Intel in their brand new Ultra third generation CPUs. So I took a chance on Intel. HP sent me this computer. It's the OmniBook. It's got a long name. It's the HP OmniBook Ultra Flip laptop. Now, this has the Intel Ultra 7 second generation CPU. So, you know how they used to be Intel Core 3, Core 5, Core 7? Well, I guess technically 3 years ago, they switched to an Ultra branding. And the first generation got pretty good reviews. And I thought the HP was going to send me this. And they were like, well, I didn't know what CPU, beggars can't be choosers, right? So I was like, sure, so send me it. Well, I got it, and this had the Intel Ultra 7 second generation. So I was like, okay, we'll give it a try. Wow, this thing has been really, really good CPU, long battery life. I loved it, right? And now they come out with their third generation Ultra CPUs. Now, this is the talk of the town. So Intel is trying to, and AMD are trying to take on the ARM chipsets. And Intel, with this new third generation CPUs that they're releasing, is on a brand new manufacturing process. You're supposed to get enormous performance boosts out of these CPUs. And they actually perform better than AMD's competitive CPUs. So Intel is back, make no doubt about it. So I can't wait to get my hands on one of these third generation Ultra third generation CPUs. They look phenomenal. I've looked at the specs and they're blowing me away. So they're trying to take on, because Snapdragon just released their X2 CPUs, their laptop CPUs, right? X Elite, their second generation is out. Well, it looks like Intel has got something with these third generation Ultra CPUs. So I think the first laptops you can buy with the new Ultra CPUs, third generation, I think is next week. So keep your eyes peeled if you're in the market. Now, hopefully you're not going to have to buy memory and stuff, because Jesus, has that gotten expensive. But Intel's back and Motorola is back. So I've behind the scenes, I actually got in. I think they watched my video. So y'all remember the last live, or no, it wasn't last live stream. It was a video I put out maybe 3 or 4 days ago where Moto was back. Y'all remember talking about the Moto Signature device? It's going to be Motorola's new Signature series phone. Motorola is putting out, they're kind of refreshing their phones. So they're taking a new approach, right? It's going to compete against all the flagships, the OnePlus 15, the S26 Ultra. It's going to have top-notch specs. It's going to have the Snapdragon 8 Elite CPU, Gen 5 CPU. It's going to have 16 gigs of RAM. They have brand new camera sensors in there, really good camera sensors. It's going to have a flagship feeling, look and feel. But that wasn't the most important part. So at CES as well, Motorola announced that they're going to stay up to date with security patches, security updates, software updates. And all flagship phones moving forward are going to be receiving 7 years of Android software updates and monthly security patches. So make no mistake about it, Motorola is back. Now, I've been in touch with Motorola marketing. I guess they watch, in all the videos that I do, I always at the people, right? So if I make a OnePlus video, down in the description, you can at the OnePlus tag, right? So whoever is in charge of the OnePlus account will see, oh, ding, eSIMstudios made a video about you. Or like Motorola, ding, eSIMstudios made a video about you. So I added Motorola. And I've actually been in contact with somebody from the North American media department for media inquiries. They handle all the PR and stuff. So apparently they're going to send me a phone. Now, it's not going to be the signature. Well, fingers crossed, knock on wood. Maybe when it's released here in a month, in I think 6 weeks to 2 months in North America, hopefully they'll send me one. But they're going to send me a phone. The Moto X70? Moto Edge 70? Hang on. It's supposed to be their razor thin phone that it just flew under my radar. Did y'all know they released a phone as thin as the iPhone Air, as thin as the S25 Edge? Somehow that flew under my radar. Moto Edge 70 Air. So apparently it's a razor thin phone. Now, it's got a silicon carbon battery. I think it has a Snapdragon 7 series Gen 4. So mid-range, up-to-date mid-range CPU, which is fine. I don't game, so sometimes this OnePlus 15 is like, it's pretty powerful, right? Like, it edits videos great, right? Real fast, but pretty freaking powerful. So a lot of times I think for myself, and maybe overkill, I'm interested to see how a 7 series Snapdragon, I'm sure it performs fine, but Motorola's back. So Motorola and Intel are back, and I'm excited because if you're, let's say, so I'm in my 40s, right? If you're 35 to, let's just say 35 and older, you used a Motorola phone. I guarantee you did. Because I remember my very first smartphone was a Motorola StarTAC. Do y'all remember those? It was a flip phone. It was a flip phone back in the day. Motorola StarTAC. And that's not the only Motorola I've had. They were leading the mobile. They were the number one mobile device manufacturer back in the 90s, right? So Motorola used to have a stronghold on the market, right? And I think they got sold to Google. Google sold Motorola to Lenovo. And just somewhere in between there, they kind of lost their edge. They lost their desirability, because I have not desired, again, to get a Motorola smartphone, but simply because of the lack in support of software updates. Now, I'm going to tell you exactly why that is important, right? Yes, Lenovo owns Motorola right now. They sure do. The one and only Motorola I've ever was the original Razr. Yes, I've had that as well. And if you Google, I don't know how old you are, if you Google the StarTAC, do y'all know what that is? That was back in, I was like 16, so that was like back in 99, because I turned 18 in 2001. So it had to have been 99. That was like, what, 26 years ago? This isn't the Motorola Art of Star Trek era when Lenovo owns it now. I think Motorola in the US, mainly budget G phone like stylus play power. Globally, they offer stronger devices. Lenovo era Motorola updates are slower than Turtles. And so when I spoke with them on the back end yesterday, they stressed to me that, so if you watch my video of a few days ago, I kind of hint at the fact that they're turning a new tide, and that's exactly what they told me. And we'll have to see when I get the device. Obviously, going to be honest, but I'm actually kind of excited. But they told me they're trying to rejuvenate the desirability to get a Motorola phone. They want to be considered. So I was told when a consumer is considering upgrading to a new device, whether it's the S26 Ultra or OnePlus 15, they want to be considered up there with those choices that you have. Now, obviously, there's a lot more to it, like being in carriers, and I just got word this week that AT&T is going to drop Motorola out of their stores, so Motorola won't be offered in any AT&T stores. And as OnePlus 15, a OnePlus user, you know what a pain in the ass it is if a device is not offered in one of the carriers, because that's the easiest way to upgrade, right? You just go in there or online, right? I think you pay for that $1,000 phone, you pay $168, sales tax and maybe an upgrade fee or whatever. But you pay $168 and they send you a $1,200 phone, and then you pay $30 a month on your plan over the next couple of years. Well, Motorola, I'm told that they didn't say what phones that they were flagship phones that they were going to bring to the market. And of course, they're always going to have the budget phones, right? because those are no, those are what's keeping the brand afloat. Let's be honest, is the cheap phones. They can make a ton of profit just on those cheap phones, so those are never going away. But they want to get into the flagship segment, and I have a feeling, sure, AT&T might drop Motorola phones, but would have to believe they're working hard behind the scenes to negotiate with companies like carriers like T-Mobile, or with Verizon, or even Metro, right, or even Cricket, right, or even Google Fi, to get new flagship Motorola phones in this year 2026 and beyond available for customers to upgrade, right? It's imperative. If you want to move units, it's just a lot easier in the US to put these in the carriers. So you want to get started? No problem, no problem. We'll start here shortly, but let me tell you why. Yes, I had that too. I had a Motorola that was hardwired in the car. Yes, back in the 90s, and it had that curly cord. Remember that? Right to the glove box in the middle of the two front seats. I had, or I guess my dad had one of those too. Yeah, that's way back in the day. And then the brick phone, Motorola brick phone. You remember that? Crazy, crazy times. And now look where we're at, right? But Motorola, interested to see what they send. So be more than happy to start because a lot of companies don't. I think Nothing sent me a phone. They sent me a CMF phone. They sent me the phone 2A. But look, I'm buying a lot of these phones myself. So it'd be nice to get a phone in. Now, let me tell you why it's important, and then we'll move on. Let me tell you why it's important for Motorola to keep up to date with their software. Perfect example that just popped up this morning. What do you know? A very, very, very dangerous exploit was just patched by Google, right? This is why it's imperative for them to send out monthly, not every 2 months, not every 3 months. Every single month we need a security patch, because look what Google just patched. A 0-day click attack that was enabled through a Dolby Atmos feature, a backdoor bug that was an open door that could allow you to succumb to 0-click attacks, meaning they can just send a audio file to your phone as soon as you open it. Well, actually, you don't even have to open it. 0-click means you don't even have to do anything. So they can just send an audio file through Dolby Atmos backdoor in your phone, and you're infected. Google just patched that with I believe it was the January update. It was January or December. Let me pull up this article. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So let me share the screen and then we'll get started. I know you're in a hurry. I know you're in India, right? So what time is it? Is it 4 in the morning your time? Hang on. We'll get started. Let me just show you why this is so important. And this is why I have not considered Motorola phones until they do these necessary things. Yeah. All right, we'll get started soon. Let me show you why it's so important. Check this out. So here you go. Android's January 2026 update patches a critical Dolby Atmos Dolby Audio decoder vulnerability. Google's latest Android security patch addresses the critical Dolby Audio decoder vulnerability originally discovered in October. The issue was initially resolved in December for Pixel devices and is now available for other devices. So, perfect example of why Pixel is a fantastic device to have and why it's widely considered as the safest mobile device, yes, even safer than iPhone, to use. And that's why it's imperative for companies like Samsung and OnePlus to get this code, this update, and then they throw what they need to in there and then issue it to their devices. So please be on the lookout for your January security patch, because it's fixing this critical bug that can allow for your device to be attacked. Basically, they can get into your phone and do whatever they want, essentially, right? So that's why it's imperative for Motorola to do these things. And again, I won't spend my money on a Motorola phone until they do this. And I was told yesterday that they're going to keep their word, that from now on they will be sending monthly security patch updates with 7 years of software updates, and that's music to my ears. So very excited to hear that. So anyways, and I don't know when they're sending the phone, maybe a week or two, whatever, but let's move on. So let's do a drawing, since it's 4 in the morning your time. Let's see, what do y'all want to do? Do this. Put #1 in the chat. If you're watching and you want a OnePlus case, #1 in the chat to enter. And let's see here. I thought I had, while y'all do that, I thought I had a S25 Ultra case. I know I do. Give me a, oh, and when this is done, when this stream is done, I'm going to do a screen protector. I'm going to record a screen protector review for the OnePlus 15. It's time to take my film off of the OnePlus. Let me look for a S25 case. Hang on. All right, I think I got some here. Okay, y'all ready? Let's go ahead and do the first one here, okay? Z-Man 55555555556. Congratulations to you, Z-Man. Email me, eSIMstudios@gmail.com. The email address is down below. If you need to see it, it's down below in the description. Email me, eSIMstudios@gmail.com. I'll get your shipping information on the back end once this is done. And I'll ship it out to you, what time? Oh, definitely tomorrow. So congratulations to you. And I guess I can do, damn, I didn't say what case. I guess I can do your pick. What case do you want? Well, I'll get with you on the back end. We'll do some giveaways and then I'll get with you on the back end. I didn't even see what case you could win. Now, I do have some S25 Ultra cases. I have a Pella case. It's kind of girly, but if your wife, sister, girlfriend, don't ask me how I got this, but I have that S25 Ultra, and then I also have a super thin S25 Ultra case. I guess I can pair them and just send them to, if y'all have an S25 Ultra. See how ugly this is? This is like $60 something. Whatever. If you want me to do a giveaway, I can. So why don't we? What case do you want? Let's do it that. What case do you want? Do you want Why don't you let me know now so I can set it aside? Do you want this one? I did a review on it. It's the leather case with a kickstand. It's the FNT TPU case. I can give that one away. Or I have the shiny one right here. It's clear, shiny. And then I also have a silicone case as well. You want to do the S20? Okay, definitely. They're just sitting in my closet. So, in fact, if anybody else, the clear one, you're definitely welcome. You always thought the S25 camera bump was ugly as heck, and then I realized that it was designed to be used with a phone case. Yeah. Well, let's do another giveaway, and then I'll get into, you want the super thin one? And then I'll get into some S26 Ultra news, and then what time is it? And then we'll probably get out of here and do the final giveaways, right? So let me write this down. Let me get a piece of paper. I apologize. Z-Man wins OnePlus 15. I'll tell you what, Z-Man. I will put aside... I'll put aside the clear case for you. All right, let's do another one. Put hashtag 2 in the chat. Or you can always sell this case. I think I have the box for it too. Hashtag 2. Y'all got 2s? All right, y'all ready? All right. Mike Penland, congratulations. Now, I didn't say what case that was for. So I'm going to set aside the clear one for Z-Man. Which one do you prefer, Mr. Mike? You want the FNT TPU case, the green silicone, or do you want the leather with the kickstand? Which one do you prefer? And then we'll do an Amazon e-gift card or Cash App, whichever you prefer. FNT. Okay. So I got that set aside. Let's do a gift card or Cash App. And then I'll get into S26 news, and then we'll do the final case giveaways. So let me create a banner here. Let's do this. hashtag cash. Now it'll be a Cash App or Amazon, whichever one you prefer. But let's go ahead and run that right now. I'm feeling good today. We're giving away stuff. We're giving the viewers and subscribers paying off to subscribe. So go ahead and put hashtag cash. And then while y'all do that, let me go grab the S26 Ultra news. Are y'all ready? Hang on, I gotta sign into I got a security key on my new PC. Sign into X. So I can show you what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and run this. Check that out. So the well, let's do the giveaway first, and then we'll where's my giveaway tool? Hashtag cash. Y'all ready? Jason King 9488, congratulations to you. I'm not sure you've won before, so it's always good to see nice faces, new faces winning. Congratulations. Email me once this stream is done, and I'll send over your you can choose Cash App or Amazon gift card. I don't care. But let me write you down real quick. 9488. Cool. Congratulations. And we'll do the rest of our giveaways after we check out the S26, right? So S26. You're very welcome. And if you need, again, my contact information is down below in the description box. I think I put it there. If not, eSIMstudios@gmail.com. Now check this out. So pretty cool. A little piece of tidbit of information just on design wise, how we thought there would be that one camera island. This is a mold of the S26 Ultra. There's actually a two-step island right around the camera. So as you can tell, they pointed out, and this view stands out. It's maybe hard to see just with the naked eye, but if you really look, it's actually pretty cool. I mean, look, there's not much they could do with the design. This time next year, we will be anticipating a complete redesign of the S27 Ultra and or S27 series. But with the current design, there's not much they could have done, right? With the camera stuff, it would just be pure aesthetics. Now, the reason why they're putting a camera island around those cameras is because they're actually making the phone thinner. So it's going to be under 8 millimeters thick. It's going to be like 7.8 millimeters, which is pretty thin for a big phone, right? And if they did not add those islands around the cameras, those sensors, those individual camera sensors, they would stick out real far from the back of the phone, right? So they kind of put those camera islands there to kind of make it look like it's layered and blends in with the back of the phone. Now, that's not the only kind of not necessarily update, but unfortunate news. And I think Samsung has been going back and forth with this consideration, or with this dilemma, is should they raise prices or should they not, right? I've heard reports of both in the past couple months, where we heard they were going to raise the price, and then a report 2 months ago, and then last month a report came out saying no, they're not going to raise the price, that they're actually going to eat some of the costs, because look, these parts are getting mad expensive. RAM price is increasing, and they do supply most of their own parts, but a lot of them they don't, right? The CPU is even more expensive this year from Snapdragon. So all these parts are getting more expensive inside. Well, that's eating away at their profit margin, right? How much money they make per device, that goes into play. Well, apparently they're going to split it down the middle. So, and maybe I shouldn't say split it down the middle, but original reports were that these devices were going to be $100 more expensive per device. So the S26 would be $100 more than the S25. The S26 Plus would be $100 more than the S25 Plus. S26 Ultra would be $100 more than the S25 Ultra. And now we get word that it's going to be a $50 increase. So Samsung is making record profits from their RAM department. I think they made some ungodly amount of money just last year just selling RAM chips. I'm talking, I don't want to say the wrong number. I guess I could obviously look it up, but they hit record sales, record revenue just selling RAM, right? For other components, for other electronics, other companies, right? Like for iPhone or for whoever else that buys the RAM, billions upon billions of dollars. So I'm like, now it's easy to say for me, well, they should just eat the price, and they're making record profits on their RAM. So why can't they eat the cost, get a little bit less profit margin on each device that they sell moving into the S26 series? Well, it's a little more complicated than that. And look, I'm not taking up for Samsung, right? And I'm not making excuses for them. I'm just saying, as somebody that runs their own business, and trust me, not nearly on the level when you're talking about Samsung, Apple, Google. These are just conglomerates. A lot of their divisions are separate entities, but they're under one umbrella, right? So their mobile division is a certain entity, right? And I don't know how they do their taxes, right? Do they file? Who knows? I'm sure it's super complicated, but I'm just saying, just because they're making record profits and record revenue from their RAM, from their HBM department, doesn't mean that they can just eat the cost on their mobile division, right? Because they're making record profits over here. It's not as cut and dry as that. It's just not as simple as that. In layman's terms, to the average person, sure, I'm sure that thought goes through your mind, but just somebody on the base level of running a business knows that it's not that easy, right? Like, so it sucks, but $50 more, I guess it could be worse. It could be $100 more, whatever. So it looks like we will see a $50 price increase for the S26 series. Now, this is a good look of kind of what it looks like. Obviously, that's a mock-up. And we did see, now this case looks badass. I have been in touch with Thinborn, and they are in the process of making a Thinborn case for the S26 Ultra. It looks similar to that. I think it looks pretty good. Now, I don't want them to copy Apple with the orange color, but I don't know why Samsung copies Apple so much. It's frustrating. Like, I wish they would just do their own thing, but whatever. Let's see this. There was also something else. Before we get out of here and do our last giveaways, let me see. Is there something else? We talked about Motorola. We talked about Intel. We talked about Samsung. Oh, that does remind me. I did a video on SpaceX and their mobile carrier division, mobile carrier services. So the FCC just approved SpaceX to be their own mobile carrier. And look, I'm not the biggest Elon Musk fan. Everybody has an opinion on him. I kind of like whatever. Like, does some stuff that I agree with and does some stuff that obviously I don't agree with. Like everybody, right? So I'm not like kissing the guy's ass, but it looks like they are doing something with SpaceX. Very, very cool. So, you know, when you travel, how you got to get different SIM cards, right? Like if you go to Jamaica, right? Your SIM card from T-Mobile or AT&T might not work when you go down to Jamaica, or you travel to Nairobi, right? Or Kenya or the Netherlands. You gotta usually get a travel SIM. Well, SpaceX is going to eliminate that, and I'm sure it has AT&T, T-Mobile, all carriers all around the world shaking in their boots, because Elon Musk and/or SpaceX just got FCC approval to launch 15,000 SpaceX mobile satellites in space, and they're going to start this year, like next month, shooting them up into space. And you will pay SpaceX as your mobile carrier. And the cool thing about them, you're not going to have to change your SIM card. So if you use SpaceX for their mobile services, you download a eSIM or a SIM card, and it works around the world. So instead of getting your data services from a tower, right, you're going to get it from up in space. And they're going to put just starting off with 15,000 in orbit this year. So your phone, your number, data will work anywhere around the globe. No more SIM changing, no more buying travel SIMs. They're going to essentially eliminate that. So that's a huge deal in the mobile technology world. It hasn't really gotten much talk. I don't know why, because I'm telling you, it's going to change the game whether you like it or not. So I'm sure AT&T and T-Mobile, I bet they're shaking in the boots, because if you travel a lot, just go get you and I've heard they are going to have very competitive pricing. So you're going to see unlimited data, talk, and text for, I don't know, hopefully they're under what we're used to paying. But look out for that here in the next coming months. All right. Enough talk. Let's see. Yeah, I like these. I will never understand idolizing business companies. Yeah, I don't either. I'm not gonna lie. I like certain products companies put out. Like, I'm a fan of Pixel, right? I like Samsung. I've always had a flagship Samsung phone, but it doesn't mean I idolize them. You know what I really don't like is some of these other YouTube channels, like, and the Apple ones are the worst. They can never criticize Apple. They kiss their ass. And Apple does that on purpose, right? They'll stop sending you phones to review if you talk negatively about them. You are never, I can promise you one thing, you are never going to see that here on this channel. Because, you know, like I said earlier, I agree with some things they do, just general companies, and I disagree with some things they do, but I'm just not going to blatantly look over the negatives that they do, right? I'm never going to not criticize somebody and or a company. Like Motorola, if they send me this phone, if I like it, I'm going to tell you I like it. If I don't like it, the operating system stutters, we go on 3 months and I have yet to get an update, I'm going to let you know. So, yeah. Okay. Giveaway time. Boy, you're in a hurry, aren't you? All right, let's do it. So, we got 2 cases left. Why don't we do this? Probably not bad. Probably need to shut up and get going. So you're probably right. Let's do this, because enter #3. #3. And that will be Let's do this one. It'll be this one. The leather, full leather, although it has real stitching with the kickstand, right? And I will send it to you for free. And then real quick, while y'all enter #3 in the chat, I'm going to record when this is done. I'm going to do screen protector reviews for the OnePlus 15. My factory installed screen protector, the film, it's kind of getting to the point where I need to replace it. It's done its job. It's protected my screen. If you look at my phone without the screen on, it's pretty nicked up. Now, that's why it's there, right? But I have 2 screen protectors here that I think you're going to like. These are the best 2 that are on Amazon. So one is 0.2 millimeters thin, which the thinner the better because it reads your fingerprint easier. And the other one is a 0.3 millimeters thick, but it's a popular brand, and I believe it comes with a application tool. So, all right, let's go. That'll be for the leather. Pseudo Mystery 3651. Congratulations. That's your second time, right? I think you won last time. Congratulations. Let me write that down. And I think I have, well, duh, I do have your address, but I'll get with you when this is over. Okay, sweet. So that one's set aside for you. What's the score? 17-7? Good. Okay. And what do we got left? Silicone. Nice silicone. I mean, nothing special, but I send it to you for free. So, and then I have S25 stuff. Let's do for this, let's do #4. #4 in the chat. Oh, and before I forget, because I will, I got sent these to review. I'm going to give those away probably next week, something like that. They're $130, so they're really, really, really good earbuds. So I'm going to give those away. Headphones. So stay tuned, probably next week. #4, and that will be for the silicone. Are you ready? What do you know? You won. Congratulations. You were pushing so much for me to do these giveaways, and you finally won. Congratulations. Akshay P4W. Congratulations. Email me, eSIMstudios@gmail.com. Ship it right over to India for you for free, no problem. Now, what do we got left? Let's see, S25. I'm going to do this as a combo. So I'm going to do the Pella case, and I'm going to do the thin case. It'll be this one right here. And this one. I'll show you what it looks like. That's the spigen case. It's actually the thinnest case on the market. So if you like thin cases, you're gonna like this. And then the Pella case. Let me show you what it looks like real quick. This thing is super protective. It looks kind of weird, but you could probably drop this off of the Empire State Building and it would still, it would protect it. It would prevent it from breaking. Probably, I don't know. It's really thick, really squishy, very girly. But like I said, if you have a wife, girlfriend, sister, mom that has this phone, if you're a guy, I completely understand you not wanting to use it, because that's the why I didn't use it. So, y'all ready? Because we got to go. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Let's do hashtag S25. S25. So there we go. Hashtag S25. Hashtag S25, and then we'll get out of here. I'm going to let y'all enter that. Hang on. All right. Y'all ready? Semper Buffo 6067. Congratulations to you. S25 Ultra, and that will be the two cases, Pella and thin case. I think I have your email, your shipping address, but email me when this is done just so we can confirm. Now, before we get out of here, we do have a release date for the S25 Ultra. So on the last live stream, I did mention pre-orders for the S26 Ultra. I was thinking about the S25. S26 series is going to pre-order date is going to be available for pre-order on February 25th. We mentioned that last live stream, and now we have an actual release date where you can walk into the store and buy one, whether it be T-Mobile, AT&T, Best Buy, wherever you get your S25 or your Samsung devices. You will be able to walk into a store and/or online and purchase one on March 11th. So pre-orders for the S26 series open on February 25th, and you can walk into a store and buy one on March the 11th. Now, if you pre-order on February 25th, like I'm going to do, Samsung usually ships the second week. So you should have yours. Let me look at the calendar. At the start of that second week, that Monday is when they ship them. And I always pay for overnight shipping because I can't wait. You should get them like Tuesday or Wednesday at the latest. So calendar. Let's see. Let's go to February 25th is a Wednesday. March 11th, guess. Wednesday. So that lines up perfectly 2 weeks after. So if you pre-order on the 25th, they'll probably start shipping them on, you know what? They may ship them that following week. So you might get them around March the 4th through the 9th if you pre-order a little early, because they always ship them out a few days before they release. All of them do that. So that week, the very first week of March is when, if you pre-order, you should start receiving them. So I'm going to be getting a S26 Ultra. I don't know what color. Probably not orange. I don't know. I have a white one now. My S24 was the mint green Ultra. The S23 was... What color was my S23 Ultra? I think it was a white. No, I had a black. I had a black S23 Ultra. Anyways, I don't know what color. And no word on the Edge. I don't know if they're going to be shipping the manufacturing the S26 Edge. I saw last week that they totally scrapped it. So, who knows? I was going to get the Edge and the Ultra, but since they're not going to do the Edge this year, we will not get that. And one last thing I forgot to mention, we got charging speeds. So as you know, Samsung, and now this is with the S26 Ultra. It's not going to be OnePlus fast, but it's going to be considerably faster than we are used to. And that's always a good thing. So they are bumping up the charging speeds. Let me find this here. Okay, so here we go. The charging speeds for the S26 Ultra. So insiders are saying that the S26 Ultra, with its 60-watt wired charging, is going to charge from 0 to 75% battery life in just 30 minutes. It's pretty good. 0 to 75% in 30 minutes. That's pretty good. Like right now, 0 to 100 in like an hour and 15 minutes. So they're essentially cutting their charging speeds in half, or I guess doubling their charging speeds. Well, I guess not doubling, but you know what I mean. It's going to be faster. It's going to be a lot faster. So I've always wondered, why can't these phones charge? Every phone should charge as fast as a OnePlus phone. It just blows my mind, right? Like Pixels take forever. Samsungs take forever. It's like, come on now. Come on. Like, Motorola, apparently their phones charge fast. I mean, not OnePlus fast, but pretty fast, right? Much faster than Samsung or Google. So be looking forward to that. But let me get out of here. I do appreciate the time. If you are a winner, email me, eSIMstudios@gmail.com, and I'll get them out to you probably tomorrow or maybe Monday. You think they should do away with the Edge and make the Ultra as thin as the Edge? I don't realistically think that would happen. Yeah, I love the thin phones. I do. I know. I hear the comments all the time. Nobody asked for a thin phone. Nobody wants a thin phone. Well, that's not true, because I asked for a thin phone. I want to use a thin phone. I guarantee you, the people saying that have never used an S25 Edge. I didn't do phone of the year. I didn't do my phone awards. I probably should have, but I did it the previous year. The S25 Edge is like, I would give it, obviously not phone of the year, but I would give it most underrated phone of the year. Not that many people bought it, but I freaking love my S25 Edge. It is thin. It is light as paper. And it's got a 200 megapixel sensor on there. And the battery life lasts longer than my S25 Ultra. So I love it, So I would look, Samsung. apparently the people at Samsung love the thinness, right? And I'm sure they're kind of scratching their heads like, why is this not catching on more? I get it. It's like a niche type of thing, but I love them too. So they will be making these phones thinner with each model. Now it's not going to get down to paper thin, but 3-4 years from now, it might be the S20, oh, excuse me, the S30 Ultra might be as thin as the S25 Edge. It might. Yeah, thin phone, flagship spec. So this Motorola phone, well, I guess that Motorola phone, the Motorola Edge 70, it's, I guess, considered a mid-ranger, but it just I don't know why I think Apple whiffed on this iPhone Air thing. And I knew that was going to be the case when they came out. One camera, very teeny tiny battery. Yeah. Whatever. OnePlus 15 has dual batteries so it can charge fast. Samsung, I believe, has one big battery, so I think 2 faucets filling up a sink faster versus 1 faucet. That is correct. Yeah, they have 2 batteries in there. They do their battery tech perfect. Like if I could model my electronic company and copy a manufacturer's design, it would certainly be OnePlus's battery and charging, and they put those silicon carbon batteries in there. And again, we all know why Samsung and Apple have not moved to silicon carbon, but OnePlus can, and some of these other companies can, like Motorola, that Edge 70, whatever it's called, has a silicon carbon battery, and it's a mid-ranger. You're like, well, why can't Apple do that? It's because they physically can't purchase enough silicon carbon. They sell so many phones, they can't get their hands on all that silicon carbon material or batteries. That's why, right? OnePlus is only selling, I don't know, a couple million OnePlus 15s, while Samsung is over here selling 12 million, 15 million S26 Ultras. It's not physically possible, right? But I think down the line it will be. But right now, that's why. Samsung of 2000s used to make a phone called the stick phone. The stick phone. Do I remember that? Oh, let me see here. Galaxy stick? Huh. Oh, that's new. Holy crap, what is this? I don't remember that. That must have, interesting. How long ago was that? Huh. I don't remember that. It must have flown right over. Oh, man. Interesting. Maybe it was that. That's crazy. Huh. 2000, 2001. Does this say when this was made? I think this one was a concept maybe at CES, but huh. That's crazy. Interesting idea. I like that color. Wow. Cool. Oh, those backman screens weren't color. Yeah, these are probably newer concepts. CDMA days. Yeah, I'm glad those days, or at least that technology's phased out. I'll tell you what. Man, I wish carved would be considering making a resin wood for the OnePlus 15. Yeah, me too. I had that. Who was it? It was a OnePlus 13 case that was wood. Maybe it was from them. '15 Pro Max was titanium and black, and it's funny when I grab this, that's the vibes I get from it. Talking about software, the cameras, because it's a well-updated phone. You can have the screen protector review. It has curved edge or straight edge. So far, I prefer the smoothed curved edges on them. On which phone? Yeah, I need to. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and probably let y'all go so I can record this screen protector review and see how it is. And I might give these away. I'm not sure. Of course, I think one's a 2-pack and one's a 3-pack. Yeah, one's a 2-pack and one's a 3-pack. So, or I might have to use the one with the 2-pack. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, I also have a Thinborn sent me, a couple companies sent me screen protectors with their cases. So, whatever. All right, well, let me get out of here. Thinner than a pencil, and the battery lasts a week. Damn. Yeah, I'm not a smart watch user, but if I was, I think I would use a smartwatch that uses proprietary software and a smartwatch that does not have Google Play services on it. Because all the Google Play services watches, Android Wear watches, they only last a day or two at the most. Like Motorola has the Motorola Fit, right? Or some of the Xiaomi smartwatches, they last for like 2 freaking weeks on one charge. Like the Google Play services drains the battery. It's working so much in the background that it just drains the battery literally in like 24 hours. Like, what's the point of using a watch if I got to plug it in every day? Yeah, I'll pass. So, plus my phone buzzes. I get a notification every 30 seconds, right? I don't want, it's too much. All right, guys, let me get out of here. If you're a winner, congratulations. Email me, eSIMstudios@gmail.com. Contact information is down below in the description box. If you did not win, hang tight. We'll do another giveaway next week, very soon. I'll let everybody know. I'll try to schedule it as early as possible. Hopefully this time I don't have something pop up right as I'm supposed to go live like this time, but you never know. I do really appreciate your time. It means a lot. I hope everybody has an enjoyable but safe weekend. I'm going to be uploading stuff every day, so I'll see you later today or tomorrow. But I do appreciate the time, and I'm going to record this video for the screen protector review right now, and then I have more cases coming in tomorrow. So the OnePlus 50, and as we roll into the S26 series, right, because pre-orders start next month, we'll start rolling into some S26 Ultra and or S26 content, right? News, availability. I'm going to be getting one, so I'm going to have, I already have case companies contacting me about them sending me cases. So I'm not just going to automatically jump to the S26 Ultra next month. I'm still going to continually do OnePlus 15 content. We're going to do camera comparisons. So we're just going to throw in a little more S26 Ultra content as it gets closer to release date. And then after that, I believe we'll have the Moto Signature coming out. I'm going to try to get my hands on that. And we'll have Pixel start gearing up. I haven't got any word on Pixel 11, but I'm sure once the S26 releases, we'll get some leaks and news in regards to the Pixel 11 series. We'll be getting one of those. And continually going. So stick with us. We'll have more giveaways. We do giveaway every week. So we'll continue it going. So appreciate the time. Please be safe, enjoy the weekend, and I'll see you here shortly. Peace out. Thank you.